What's up, YouTube and all you tiny housers out there? Thank you guys for visiting Tiny Budget Builder. My name is Adam, and right now I'm standing in my tiny house on wheels. And real fast, I just want to go over 7 huge reasons why you should build a tiny house, okay? Because this has really transformed my life, and I believe it can transform yours as well. You know, if you're one of those people that's sort of on the fence and you don't know if you want to do it or not, I say just hop on board. You can do it. I know you can, okay? So here's the number 1 reason why you should. It gives you so much time freedom. It's amazing. You know, you don't have to spend a lot on bills. You don't have to work very hard. If you own your own house, you don't have a mortgage. If you own a little bit of land, you don't have to pay rent. If you want to pay a little bit of rent, you can park your tiny house on someone else's property, and then you don't have a mortgage, or you have a very low rent, right? So low bills, low rent, no mortgage. Huge time freedom. That's number 1, of course. Number 2, if you build it yourself, then you know how to make repairs on everything, right? You don't have to call a plumber or electrician or whatever. You can do it all yourself. And going with that, you can build more tiny houses because you know how to do it. And that leads me to number 3, rental units. Okay, now that I built this house, I'm 27. It's finished now. I can rent it out for the rest of my life. Okay, so that's hopefully 80 years probably of rental income that I'll make from just this one structure that only cost me $15,000 to produce. Okay, so and this is just the first one. If you already know how to build one, then you can build a second one. So you know, kind of my long-term strategy is to buy a large piece of property or properties and build another tiny house, rent it out, take that rent money, build a second tiny house. Now you've got 2 rental houses. Take that money and just keep moving up, keep scaling up from there. So you know, that's a huge one for me. Number 4, this you know, a lot of people want to do tiny houses because they're eco-friendly, right? And this is important to me. I want the planet to be healthy just as much as anybody else. I want Mother Earth to be happy and healthy. But the biggest thing about being eco-friendly is that they're super efficient. And that leads me to number 5. Yes, number 5. The efficiency of the house means that you have very low bills, okay? Because it's such a small structure, it doesn't take very much to heat it or cool it. You know, if you design it right with LED lights, then you don't have very much electricity. And if you design it with all of your major appliances running on propane, then your electricity draw is very minimal. So if you're plugged into utilities and you're paying for utilities, then all that stuff is going to be extremely cheap if you're living in a tiny house. And if you want to build it off grid, it's easy to do that as well. And then you can let Mother Nature provide your water and your electricity for you. Okay, and why would you not do that if that's a viable option? So number 6, this is a huge one, especially for millennials. Actually, anybody wants to travel, right? Everybody wants to vacation and go see the world. So number 6, you're on wheels. Your house is location independent. You can go wherever you want. So if you have a job that you might move around a lot, a tiny house would probably be perfect for you. You know, if you don't know exactly where you want to live yet and you think you might be bouncing around, then that was kind of my situation. Then I thought a tiny house would be perfect for me. If you want to just get up and go to South America tomorrow, then you can just hook your house up to a truck and go. So those are the benefits of having a house on wheels. And number 7, this may not be important to you guys, but it's a pretty big reason for me. If you don't know how money is created, there's 2 ways. Essentially, the one way, the Federal Reserve, which sounds like a governmental entity, it's not, it's a private bank. What they do is they lend money. What they actually do is they invent money out of thin air, and they lend that to the American government. And the American government has to pay interest on that loan. And the way the government pays that back is by charging you, the American people, a federal income tax. So literally 25% of the year, you're working as a slave for some anonymous private banker. That sucks, right? And the second reason, or the second way that money comes into creation, is banks do something called fractional reserve lending. And what that means is that banks don't actually have any money in their accounts. All they do when you need a loan for a car or a house or to go to college, anything like that, they just invent money out of thin air by typing numbers into a computer screen, and from there they lend that to you, and they say, okay, Mr. Joe Blow, you want a house? Okay, here's $250,000 plus interest now that you're going to have to pay us back. Have fun working for us, paying us that money back for the rest of your natural born life. So that does not sound like a smart strategy for financial success to me. So like I said, I want to build wealth. I don't want bankers to get rich. I want to save the planet. I want to be location independent. I want to be able to build more of these things myself. I don't want to hire electricians and plumbers. And then, of course, number one, I want to be free. I don't want to have a job. I don't want to work if I don't have to. Neither do you. And I can help you do that, okay? So if you're sort of on the fence and you want to build yourself a tiny house, but you're not sure exactly how to do that, I've written an ebook called How to Build Yourself a Tiny House on Wheels, even if you are a broke 25-year-old. And it is available now for pre-order on Kindle. So if you go to Amazon Kindle, you can buy that book now. It'll be available July 30th, and it's jam-packed with tips, or basically everything that you need to know about how to build a tiny house on wheels. Everything from buying your trailer to doing the framing to doing the cladding, siding, electrical, plumbing, walls, flooring, subfloor, roofing, making it off-grid, all that good stuff that you don't want to spend years learning how to do. So if you wanted that book, go check it out. I think you can save you guys a lot of time and effort and money. If you like this video and you want more like it, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Hope you guys have a wonderful day.